Gonna make me pick that one up? Good boy.
Come. We have work to do.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to something slightly different to what my regular content is. This is all my opinions on why I think God of War Ragnarok should be Game of the Year, especially compared to some of the other video games out this year, Elden Ring, Stray, etc., etc. Basically, for those of you who are not really too aware of the story for God of War, specifically the Norse mythology franchise, Kratos has come from the Greek pantheon. He has started a family. In the first game, his wife has passed away, and the premise of that game, you are carrying her ashes to the top of the tallest peak in the Nine Realms, and hijink ensues and whatnot, and you have to deal with it until you ultimately lay ashes at the end of the game. This game takes place about 4 years after, give or take. Some time has passed, and it just follows the ensuing story. Obviously, some point involving Ragnarok because it's within the title of the game. Again, I just want to reiterate: this is all my opinion. This entire video is my thoughts and my interactions with this game, what I thought of it, how it was, what I thought, and what I enjoyed, what I disliked. Getting into it, this game is visually stunning. It is fantastic. It is a blast from pick up to put down. I put in well over 30 hours, completely beat the story before even bothering making this game or this video. And I am sad it's gone. I absolutely love the God of War series. I think this is the perfect way to end and cap off the series. I said the same thing back when God of War 3 came out, but look where we are now. And I think it is just amazing. The gameplay is great. There is a couple downsides. There's a couple moments that slow down pacing wise, but honestly, I think it's worth it. The story that is overall being told is amazing. It is easy enough to follow, but there is enough nuance and enough not having to tell you everything that it is giving you some faith in being smarter than most games will. And is not
Fuck.
Elden Ring type
Okay,
story.
damn.
I do like the story for Elden Ring. I do not like how it was executed, though. That is me personally. I have ADHD and stuff, so following games like that can be a bit difficult. I do like my more linear. Here's one point, move on towards the next. One big gripe I hear a lot about this game is combat. I'm keeping most of this area spoiler free, by the way, but one big gripe I hear is combat. At the start of the game, yes, combat is a bit bland, a bit boring, but as you get to after about chapter 3, once things start to open up more, you unlock more and more combat abilities, and you can start upgrading them through the skill tree and everything. And combat will go from just kind of a hit into more of using combos and using different abilities, different weapons, because some enemies are weaker to fire and some are weaker to ice, etc., etc. With that, this will be the end of the spoiler portion. Moving forward, we're going to be talking into some more in-depth story and stuff, so just be mindful and be wary.
Leave this place. Go and do not return.
So, as I briefly touched on in the non-spoiler section, the plot of this game is
Oh my
that you,
fucking
as
God.
Kratos and Atreus, it's approximately 4 years
Oh my
after the
God.
last
I
game,
did not.
you've grown.
sorry, Aaron. Oh my
Fimbulwinter,
God. I did
which
not expect to do
is
this. This is
the
fucking
never-ending
sick.
winter, has
Hell
settled
yeah.
in because, unfortunately, some of the actions taken place in the God of War 2018 has now set forth this never-ending winter, for lack of a better term. And it's a sign leading into Ragnarok. Now, there are prophecies of Tyr, the ancient war god of Norse mythology, leading armies against Odin and Asgard. And though Kratos does not really care for the prophecies, Atreus is attempting to locate him, which leads to Odin finding out and sending Thor, who comes to our cabin, and that is the end of most of the trailer stuff, so I will still try to leave most of the broader story out because I think it's well worth your time to go and experience this yourself and not get spoiled. That being said, the story is phenomenal. It's great. There is a few lackluster moments. It does get, I will spoil it for you. You do play sometimes Atreus, which is a great breakup of pace, although sometimes it's a little bit dragging on. With that being said, it's well worth it. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and it does break up the monotony of only playing as Kratos.
Damn. Oh my god.
Now, I do enjoy myself a bit of photography and movies on the side sometimes here and there, and this game hits both of those perfectly on the mark and top that off with a phenomenal soundtrack, and it is one of the most masterful artworks ever.
If this was Elden Ring, this would be a boss arena. Well, I wasn't wrong, was I?
See, you've never struck me as someone who fears death. That's not the problem, is it?
No. Death can have me when it earns me.
Now, I cannot speak for how 100% accurate these characters are, but having read some Norse mythology and being a bit versed into the culture of the myths, being able to look at this and see classic Fat Thor, and seeing little intricate designs within how their armor is and how the fabrics they wear, the shine of some of the stitching, everything, it is phenomenal. This game did not skip out on any character points. It did not skip out on making any of the characters look unique and have special looks. As you can see on screen right now, there's the Valkyries that you can see. Each of them, though similar, has different design elements to it. And then in classic God of War fashion, of course, we can't have these cool characters and not do something equally awesome with them. Speaking of awesome characters, we got to spend some time with Faye in this game. Faye being Kratos' wife, who we only ever heard tell of in the last game. She is phenomenal. The voice acting done within the scenes between the two is amazing, and it is just stunning. So many wonderful performances. Christopher Judge did phenomenal as Kratos. I know some people prefer the original. I think Christopher Judge does really good, but each has their own opinion on that. But overall, all the performances were amazing. I can't think of a single badly performed line, a single bad dialogue point, besides some of the side companion dialogue when you're doing puzzles and stuff like that. But that's outside of the realm of cinematics. That is within gameplay, which is understandable. That is so difficult to time correctly. Just outstanding performances from everybody, top to bottom. This game is amazing direction, amazing performances, acting, both physical and just emotional. Kratos himself, I believe, had 3 different motion capped actors, which is insane to think of for such a big franchise and for such a big character.
I came to these lands to escape my past, to start a new life. I can hide no longer. I do not want this war. have suffered enough. Prophecy did not lead us here, nor will it win this battle. Wars are won by those that are willing to sacrifice everything. If that is the cost of vengeance, so be it.
Odin has taken so much from us already. The realms have suffered enough. No matter the cost. This ends today.
If going out in a blaze of glory means that Odin burns too, that's where I'll be. A big, fat smile on my face. For Brock.
I'm not one to typically get emotional while playing games or watching movies, but this game had me on the edge of my seat at the correct moments. It had me hanging on every last word of certain characters and at certain sections, holding my breath for certain twists and turns, and ultimately this game had me crying by the end of it. And the only other recent game I can think of that had me in any sort of similar emotional state was Ghost of Tsushima, which I also highly recommend. This was the perfect cap to this trilogy, duology, sorry, and a perfect cap to a 8-game series at this point. Technically 9 if you count the mobile game, which I don't think most people do. Just thank you so much for watching. Please let me know your thoughts down below. If you agree or disagree, let me know. I'd love to hear. And take care.